A gracious welcome to all. Welcome to Day 6 SDP program. It is with great honor and we extend a warm welcome to Dr. Shriram Vasudevan with a remarkable career spanning over 17 years in both industry and academic. Dr. Shriram is an eminent figure in the field of embedded system. His academic power shines through his doctorate in embedded system and his scholarly contribution by the authorship and co-authorship of 45 books of esteemed publishers such as Taylor and Francis, Oxford University Press, and Whaley. Dr. Shriram's innovative spirit has also been recognized with an impressive of 13 granted patents. A true enthusiast, Dr. Shriram has been honored with awards from prestigious institutions such as Harvard University, AICIT, CII, Google, TDRA Dubai, and governments of Saudi Arabia and India, among others. His dedication to sharing knowledge is evident through the publication of over 150 research articles. Prior to his current role with Intel, Dr. Shriram contributed to L&T Technology Services, showcasing his expertise in the industry. Beyond traditional academic and professional pursuits, he has embraced the digital realm, running a successful YouTube channel with over 41K subscribers and hosting a diverse playlist on various topics. Dr. Shriram Vasudevan influence extends beyond borders as he holds certification as one AIP instructor, Intel 1 AIP instructor, Google Cloud Ambassador, Streamlit Education Ambassador, AWS Ambassador, ACM Distinguished Speaker, and NASSCOM Prime Ambassador. His application as a Fellow of IEI, Fellow of ITE, and a senior member of IEEE underscore his commitment to excellence. As we welcome Dr. Shriram Vasudevan to anticipate the wealth of knowledge and inspiration he will bring to our community, please join me extending a hearty welcome to a distinguished individual who continues to leave an indelible mark in the realms of academic, industry, and technological innovation. Thank you.
Even you can wear it or you can hold it.
Is that a mic? I'm used to this. Do you have light shade? Can I use that? Yes. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Glad. I always say this quote when I start my presentations. The toughest of the things ever a teacher could do is to teach another teacher. You all agree, right? We all agree. I was a teacher, by the way. Yes. I was a professor for about 10 years in Amrita University. And then I took my career change and things to industry. I was with L&T and now with Intel. I earlier was working with Wipro and I was in US with Fujitsu. So I'm on and off academics and industry. I play a game where I spend 3-4 years here, then I spend 3-4 years there. Whenever I feel academia is boring, I go to industry. Whenever I feel industry is overwhelming for me, I come to academia, take rest for a couple of years, then I go back to industry. Thankfully, this game works out well for me. Not many can probably do this. This is luck that is favoring me, I believe. Saraswati Devi is working with me very closely, and somehow it is working out. Sorry?
Compare academic industry, sir. How will compare academic industry in terms of workload?
Workload. Industry is 50% lesser in workload when you compare it with academia.
Thank you.
I'll tell you why. Industry, I don't do any Excel sheet filling. I don't do any MAC work. I do not fill NIRF forms. I do not fill NBA records. I do not create records for which I have to conduct workshops. Right? I do not have to take photographs. I do not have to circulate things. All these are very painful, right? I have been there, so I know the worst part of it. It's not easy, but in industry, the only thing that keeps you running is the demand. You have to be active. You cannot say that, no, I can't do. No, I can't learn. The part of unlearning and learning should be much faster in industry than in academia. And on the other side, I will tell you the major positives of you coming to industry. You will compete with people who are definitely equal to you or better than you. that actually gives you a strong chance of learning things better. In academia, it may not happen. All times you cannot expect your colleagues and your peers to be as standardized as you are higher than you. This is one major issue. And second thing, I don't know how many of you will agree to it. There are many senior professors out here and experienced people are here. In India, unfortunately, teachers are seen not as teachers with proper respect. If you have chosen academia, this is from bottom of my heart I am telling you, I love academia. But the students will see you as you have gotten into academia because you have not gotten any other job. Right? That's the way things are being looked at. And unfortunately, 70% of it is true as well. I do ME, I have no options, I go to academia. Simple. That should change in my opinion. If you are in industry for 3 to 5 years, right, the outlook will completely change. That is the biggest advantage in industry. And the way you speak, the way you present yourself. You could have seen in the first slide, you can see that all those things that I have mentioned there, all are community contributions. I am representing multiple companies actually. Though I work for Intel, I am an ARM ambassador. I am a Google ambassador. I am an ambassador for NVIDIA. So I work with multiple companies. All this will come only when you go to industry. Being in academia, it's little tough. But there are people who do it. Maybe 10% of the entire lab will do it. Right? I hope I answered your question. Right. And the session, I want it to be interactive. So please interact. Otherwise, as I told you, the toughest task is to teach you, and I'm not going to teach you. Instead, I will discuss with you. You will exchange opinions. Okay. And if you do not agree with some points that I'm conveying, please let me know. No, this is not agreeable. I'm happy. We will have a debate if needed. Right. Thank you, Ms. Gayathri ma'am, for pulling me in. She has been following up tremendously well for me to be here. And I do not know, whenever I want to come to Chennai, it either rains or floods. So last week I had to come and it was a terrible rain, as you all know. I'm glad that you are all safe. And my tickets went crazy and we could not get it reimbursed as well. Refunded as well. And yesterday when I was about to land, it was all heavily raining. That's what I asked her. Now, are you doing something special? And thankfully I am here today. So thanks to all the meticulous efforts. She has been following up so very nicely. And I should tell you, the moment my tickets got cancelled, I got a little kind of taken aback and I told her, ma'am, should I come? Now that's the way, it's expensive tickets and I don't know what's going to happen. Is it really going to happen? She told me, don't worry, this is not your problem. You come. Whichever flight you want, whichever train you want, you book and come. That's the way she has been supporting me. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that. And the connect she has with me is to be appreciated. Her student is my colleague. Gopinath is his name. Maybe you can do a LinkedIn. He was joining Wipro on the same day as me, and we shared the same space. And till date, we are very good friends, and he referred me to her. So see the way the students connect you to industry. That's how the things go. Right. Let's discuss decision-making skills for institutional leader. Not only for institutional leader, but also this is for everybody. Even at your family level, right? We need some soft skills. Particularly, I see this as a major problem. I am always bent to my dad. Whatever my dad says, I never oppose. Till date. And even in future, I won't. Whatever he says is final. If he says don't do it, then I will not do it. I will not even ask him why. But my son asks me reasoning. He is 6 years old, 7 years old. He is asking me reasoning, and my daughter is even more naughty, even more curious to know things. She is asking me double the times question that my son asked. So we are supposed to even handle them with a lot of soft skills. I cannot tell him that, see, my dad, I am not opposing, you cannot ask me questions. Then he will take it back in a negative way, and we cannot handle it. So soft skills is something that has to be there with you. And we cannot always say that I am a teacher, give me respect. Now that won't work anymore. If we are in the era where we need to claim ourselves as teachers, stand up when I come in, that won't work. If you expect that, no, I'm sorry, that is not the time, your time is over, Ilayaraja's period is over. Even A.R. Rahman's is over. We are getting into Anirudh, where people want only noise. Right? So, that's how it is, we have to accept it. If you say that, no, I can't like, you are totally out of the agenda, you will not be respected. And you will be seen like someone who is not updated. So please do not expect a lot of respect from your students. Instead, be a mentor. This is my humble opinion. In my entire tenure of 10 years in Amrita as a teacher, Amrita, you know, is a top class institute. If you are not prepared well for a day, next day you will be a status message in their WhatsApp or in the Facebook. That's the way students are. They are really, and but if you are handling UG, right, you will have to be on your toes. You should run. There is no option. And there I learned a lot of things. I have summarized all those here. And this is even suitable for people who are working in industry. This is the most important point that I wanted to stress. How many of us are having a proper appraisal done for our academia? We do not have. Unfortunate. This is very, very, very unfortunate. The reason that is quoted in the cartoon is very famous actually. I don't have time to write performance reviews, so I will criticize you in public from time to time. I'll just criticize you. That's not leadership. You are all going to be leaders tomorrow. Some of you might be already leaders. I do not know if there are any HODs, principals, vice principals are here. If this is the case you are following, then it means that you are heading the institution, heading ourselves, heading our team into a wrong path. You must do appraisal, even if there is no increment, even if there is no monetary benefit, appraisal has to be done properly. If not, you are not a leader. And you should appraise yourself also. I am a leader, so I will not be appraised. It's a very wrong thing. I'll talk about it a little later. And you can see that the business normally works the way I have shown in the post. The boss goes behind it and he takes the driver's seat and he drives the rest of the people, saying that I am the boss. This is very autocratic. This won't work. Instead, the boss should be the first person to fill. The term boss is actually eradicated from industry now. I cannot call my boss a boss. I should call my boss a manager. Right? He's my leader. Boss means it's like someone for a villain. You can't really call somebody a boss. That's a very bossy word. So, we cannot be a boss. We have to be managers. We are all going to be managers. That's all. What are we going to manage? You are going to manage resources or you are going to manage people. Simple. Either ways, you should be a manager. And finally, many managers, many bosses are thinking that they are on the top because of their intelligence, and you can see the opposite side. The team is the one which pushes everything. Rohit Sharma alone cannot do. He gave beautiful start, but rest of them screwed up. What happened? He lost the World Cup. Simple. So, the boss for him to be in the top, the rest of the team should really toil so much that their efforts are all taken to the top. And the team should work only with the goal that the company is going up, that the personal agenda is going up, that the ability is going up, and the boss should also see that people are there which is pushing him to that level. So if that is missed, it's going to be a problem. All these are the points that I would like to summarize here. Some of you may even tell me that no, this is wrong view. I have a friend, I don't want to quote the name. He always says that I did PhD for 8.5 years. My grade did not allow me to submit the thesis for 8.5 years. So anybody who is doing PhD under me will do it at least for 7 to 8 years. We have heard this so many times. I trust most of you would agree to this as well. And I had a very poor boss. I had a very poor leader. This is personally true as well. I had a very poor leader once when I worked in Amrita. For the last 2 years, that's the reason I came out of Amrita. I did not like the leadership. And what happened is, every day was like a hell. You go to the office, you don't do your work, instead you think of something else which is not productive for you. That's why I decided to move out and I got a different job. So if you see that, I had a crazy leader, I had a leader who is really very bad, so I want to be that. It won't work out. It will not give you a healthy lifestyle. So please avoid that point. That's a very bad approach. 90% of us have this creds, we call it inside in our mind. We feel that so it's very true, right? Very natural. Please avoid that. That is what is going to differentiate you from a normal person to a leader. And you are an academician. Academicians are seen like super gods. You cannot have that bridge. Second point. I am the leader, do what I say. My boss exactly tells this in the previous organization. He will not ask your opinion. Instead, he will make you say yes for his opinions. Right? In the rendile one thodigan keparu. Kaatrave onnudan. Is this the right way? No. You should allow opinions to come in from the team, and most importantly, right, the team should not ever find that you are a stupid boss. If the team finds that you are a stupid boss, you are gone. There the defeat starts. So please do not let it happen. Third, I know everything. No boss can know everything. And unfortunately, I am telling you, I was a principal for about 10 months in an engineering college in Trichy. I was the only person probably without being a HOD or without being a HOD, we became a principal, thankfully. If I say that I know everything, the minute I am killed. Because the administrative roles and the leadership roles are something that requires extraordinary skills of man management. From the person who salutes you in the gate for entry till the person who cleans the toilet, you should know the name. If you are not able to do that, you are not a leader. I learned it personally in my 10 months tenure that I had. It was just a short tenure. But still the 10 months made me a complete man in many things. and they will salute you. In turn, people don't even see him because they are very busy or they feel pride about their position. That's not the right leadership. You need to turn, see him, smile. So we never should feel that, this is all my humble opinion by the way, you should never feel that I am what I am today because of what I did. No, it's not that. It's because of multiple factors that come into picture. So, that's very important point. I know everything. You will get derailed right away in the beginning. Next, I have seen this in many places where the leaders, when they present, they call I did it. It's me. I probably created it. No, that's not the right way to call. It's we. Push the team to the front. Nothing we lose. And this starts from your paper publication. From the simple paper publication or the contests or whatever, smart India hackathons or whatever you participate, it is not I, it is we. We are here to push the children to the next level. So push. Next point. I don't want to create another leader below me. There will be a lot of discussion. Operator, no problem. Now, please listen to this point, and I need your opinions also. Is there any HOD or a principal or a manager who tells you that I see you as a probable HOD next, probable manager next, probable principal next? I can see the reactions. Is there anybody who says so? If he or she doesn't say so, that's to be eradicated. That's to be eliminated. A leader cannot be that. If you feel that you are the only leader who is going to be there like Nirandra Mudalvar, it won't ever work. One day you will have to vanish. And who will take care of it? I had a head of the department in one of the places which I know. She was a super duper HOD. I'm telling you. Super authoritative, super talented, super cool HOD. One fine day she got diagnosed with severe lung cancer. She was just 51. And Thirumalini is her name. One of the fantastic leaders I have ever seen in my life. Very, very authoritative lady. She's like Jayalalitha. Jayalalitha ma'am is my role model. I see her as a role model. In many things she is super. This lady is almost like that for academia. She never listens or kind of like, she never bends herself for anything which is not justifiable. She passed away one fine day. 51 years, 3 days in CMC Vellore. 4th day she passed away. The department was taken aback and the department faced terrible trauma for next 6 months. So the entire Vice Chancellor unit and the Vice Chancellor office started blaming her, saying that she has done a lot of great roles, but see, she has not created. So a leader, if he thinks or she thinks that she is going to be the leader forever, yaar mein become there. If you do that, you are in trouble. Actually, the moment you create more leaders with you, more stronger you become. That's how Ganguly did. Saurav Ganguly created parallel leaders. He created Yuvraj Singh, he created Mohammad Kaif, he created Sehwag, he created Sachin as a best batsman. Sachin was actually having a toughest time. Ganguly was someone who pushed him, provoked him further. So we should be like that. Dhoni. I'm going to refer Dhoni for a couple of case studies as well. All these guys who are successful, right? Steve Waugh, Australian captain. He was one of the finest leaders who grew leaders. Not one leader, he created multiple leaders. Right? So you should create leaders. And most importantly, I support only management views. This will happen in academia mostly. Whatever management tells, I will follow that blindly. If it happens that way, I'm sorry, you are in the wrong place. You cannot do much. If the person doesn't understand that the management is something that is superseding everything and they are not the one who are ruling day-by-day activities. The day-by-day activities are done by you and me. So we should be consulted, we should be definitely taken with our opinions and then only it should go. What I am telling you here is, if you want to be a leader, do not do any of this, at least from today, if you have been doing this earlier. That's my humble opinion, right? It can be for industry, it can be for academia, it can be at your home also. You cannot say that, I am topmost, I will know everything, right? You cannot do that. There are people who may know things better than you at your home. Your son could be much more faster than you, right? What are the things you need to have to be a leader? I'll quickly ask you a question. How many of you are having vision for yourself for next 5 years? If you do not have a vision, you are in the wrong path. Right? The department mission statement is something that I really feel very bad about when I go for MBA. They keep changing it. Vision statement, all those things are really crazy. Yeah, thank you. So you need to have a very clear vision for the future. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. This is my target. The vision cannot come without a number. You need to have a clear number specified and work towards that. And you can even backtrack. So vision is the most important quality that a leader must have. Communication skills. A leader who is always found very successful is an excellent communicator. Right? He need not talk in flamboyant English, but he has to be a communicator. His eyes will communicate, his body language will communicate. I have worked with one person called Dr.R.Gayathri, who is Dean of Amrita University. He is heading Amrita Engineering. When he sees people understand, so just look at this like this. That's how people understand body language. So a leader must have excellent communication skills. The communication need not be again something that is vocal. That can be body language, that can be your actions, that can be your eyesight. You should develop that. I now understand what he wants to convey if we see him. He will tell me clearly, with his eyes he will control people. That's the kind of leadership that he has got. Integrity. This is one of the very important things. Many leaders fail because they are naturally not having integrity when they were not leaders. I did all wrong stuff to become a leader, and I cannot correct things which are not happening right in front of me. For an instance, I am the professor who is writing papers left, right, top, center through all bad resources. I publish 10 papers, 20 papers, 50 papers, I manufacture papers. And when I become a leader, I say people that you should write papers in a very honest way. Who the hell will respect you? Nobody. Correct? If you want to be a leader, it's not easy. You have to foresee that you are going to be a leader. And you will have to have integrity definitely as part of your blood. If you do not have integrity, tomorrow anybody can question you. I can question you. And everybody will talk about you from your back at least, if not in the front. Nowadays people are talking in the front. They do not have fear at all. Empathy. This is something that I really want to touch upon for a few minutes. Why should I have empathy, sir? I am a leader. I do not have to have empathy. I need to have vision. No, that's a wrong point. I'll tell you what. I had a leader. I don't want to spell the name again. I'm telling the names of the people who are super duper leaders, and I'm hiding the names of the people who are really stupid. Right? So that shows the respect that we have for them. I'm no more working with them, but still I'm in very good touch with the people who are nice leaders for me. So one fine day what happened, my second baby was born, and that's about 17-18 days time frame. My wife, when she opened the cooker, it opened in a very wrong position because of pressure being so much high inside, and it blasted away totally. Thankfully, the lid of the cooker went to the top and it went somewhere else, but the steam of the cooker completely came on her breast. So from neck to top portion of the breast, ladies here will know the importance of feeding. 19-year-old baby suffered for 3 months without proper milk because of this issue. Right? Thankfully, what happened? Treatments were there when we required. I went and told this to my HOD. Right? I wanted 1 week leave because I had to take care. HOD took his head like this. I felt like slapping him with a He has got 2 children who are above 20 and who are, one of them is married even. So you know the pain points which somebody is talking about. Have empathy. Will you lose anything? And the bugger, I'm sorry I'm using the word, but still, he took his head like this. This was the reaction. I thought he was very busy in his work. He will ask me at least later. He didn't even care. He need not care is not right point. He should care for his employee is the right point. So please be an empathetic leader. If somebody is coming to you with a lot of inability to express things, ask him to talk to you. Are you a leader or not? You should actually be a moral support for him. You should say that don't worry about work, go home, I will take care of it, I will assign somebody, take care of it, request him and come back fast. If I have to take 10 days, I will take only 5 days and I will be back in work then. And knowing the amount of hard work that I put, if you were told that I would not have even taken leave, I would have taken only 2 days leave. But what happened? I took 15 days leave. I do that. Simple. I will do it to a very nominal level. Because you did not motivate me at my toughest times. I'm a human. I'm not a superhuman. It's very simple. I still say that bugger, he is 65. The respect for him is totally lost because he did not have empathy. Bus pregnant lady ட்ரெயின்ல முடியாதவங்க வந்தா லோயர் பெர்த் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் பண்ணணும்னு எதிர்பார்க்கிறோம். நம்ம கூட வேலை பார்க்குற எம்ப்ளாயி ஏன் நீ கேட்க முடியாது? They could be your competitor, they could be your peer, they could report to you, they may take salary even because of you, but in spite of all this, what is that? He is a human, so respect it.
You have to listen correctly.
You must. It is not an option. See, I kept it as a point to pull him in. When I created this PPT, I had his face. Really, I'm telling you. Decisiveness is very, very important. Whenever you are planning for an event, right, immediately, even for this event, we never knew there is going to be flood. We never knew there is going to be storms which are coming this way. You have to be decisive to create alternative thinking. What if I have not come today? நான் இமீடியட்டா என்ன கேட்டாங்கன்னா வேற யாராவது தெரியுமா மெட்ராஸ்ல நீங்க வர முடியல நான் that's decision is simple. Can you send somebody from industry who can talk like you? You have to always think, if not A, what will be the option? You cannot go always with one option which is going to be affected sometime. Decisiveness is a very important point. Resilience. This is something that I always see from Sachin. I'm a cricketer, by the way. I play a lot of cricket. I represent districts. Sachin Tendulkar is one person whom I see with a lot of resilience. You never know how many times he has been given wrong decisions. At 90s. 17 times wrong decisions at 90s. அது நம்மளே இருந்தா வெறுத்து போய் தூக்கி கொண்டு போயிருப்பேன். ஸ்டீவ் பட்லரை அடிச்சிருப்பேன் ஸ்டெம்பால. Steve Butler is one guy who has given 7 times wrong decision during 80s to 100s. Steve Butler, just சும்மா விளையாட்டா நான் wrong decision கொடுக்குறது. So it's given, but Sachin bounced back so strong. I'll tell you one more incident in the Sydney match that has happened after series of wrong decisions. Off sideல ஆடவே இல்ல Sachin வந்து off sideல ஒரு பால் கூட ஆடல. He scored 249, 247 or 249 something. Entire innings without touching the ball in offside, if somebody can show resilience and mental power, think about the strategy. ஒரு பால் கூட offside ஆடல. Rahul Dravid 79 balls stroke வச்சான். To take one run just because they wanted to draw the match. 79 balls stroke. Excellent mental power வேணும் because the entire crowd was booing. They were all talking loud. Entire Australians were all kidding us. But he did it. 79 balls stroke. அவ்வளவுதான் எப்படி வேணா போடு வேணா போடு பிரேஸ்லி வாங்க வந்து போட்டா stroke. That's called resilience. You should bounce back very strongly. There will be criticisms. நமக்கு யாருக்கு இங்க criticism இல்ல? வேற criticism இல்லாம இருக்கீங்களா? If so, please leave to Mars. So we are all with lot of criticisms we are living. And adaptability. This is something that I see as a major problem with 90% of us, including me. I am using a cloud service called as Intel Developer Cloud. Okay. The earliest version was very simple version. I need to just log in, I create instance, I can run my machine learning model, deep learning model, whatever I want. Then they added a little more difficulty to it by creating a key which will be validated, which needs another 10 steps to be done. I got a little troubled because I had to train a lot of people, that's my work. I was not very comfortable. Then it became further tougher with generation of 32-bit key, and further it was more elevated to more troubles, and I had resistance to change. My boss found it out. He told me that Shriram, you are so comfortable earlier, now you are not comfortable, you should not be like that. So everybody can notice that you are resistant to change. If the change is for good, please take it up. We have to take it up. MBA எல்லாம் புடிச்சா செய்யணும். யாராவது இங்க MBA ரொம்ப புடிச்சு செய்யறவங்க இருக்கீங்களா? ODE is one thing that I hate like anything. அது இந்த COP மேப்பிங் என்னன்னு போடுறவங்களுக்கும் தெரியாது, பாக்குறவங்களுக்கும் தெரியாது, கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர்லயும் தெரியாது. I'm seriously stuck. நான் correct me if I'm wrong. கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர்ல எதுக்கு அது COP மேப்பிங் பையன் இருக்குன்னு சத்தியமா எனக்கு புரியல. அவன் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் கொஸ்டினே படிக்கிறது இல்ல. அவன் COP படிக்கலாம். All these are really crazy, but if it is for good, we are taking it up. நமக்கு அக்ரெடிடேஷன் வேணும்னு பண்றோம்ல, அதேதான். We have to take it up in all possible ways. If it is for good, close your eyes, accept it. There will be some resistance, that's natural. And I am not telling you that you are at fault. I do that, you do that, everybody do that. But we should sensibly avoid that kind of resistance prolonging. If it prolongs, that becomes a trouble. And finally, confidence. Some leaders are super confident, particularly not on themselves, but about their team. I had a manager by name Prabhu. He was my first manager in corporate. I joined Wipro in 2007 as a full-time employee. His name is Dr.R.Gayathri. See, Humor is very good. I remember even his father's name. Humor is bad. I don't even want to remember his full name. So this Prabhu, he is the one who created me. I'm very grateful to what he has done for me, because that was what has created me as a complete man. What happened is, I joined Wipro. In 3 months' time, he found that I'm very good in manual testing, and particularly I'm too much interested into optical, physics things. He recommended the name to be in US. Within a time frame of 3 months, I joined Wipro, and he took a personal risk by sending me to US. But it's not a risk, he said later he had confidence. And I was the best out of the pack which was sent to US, and I got an award from US. And that award went to Prabhu. No, that's because of Prabhu's confidence. I did nothing. I could have probably done the same job as anybody else could have done if they were sent. But the amount of confidence he posted on me boosted the morale like anything. And what happened is, further when I came back, I started mentoring people and I created a mentor circle around it. This is what a leader should do. The complete credit goes to Prabhu and nobody else. He told me that, Shriram, I'm taking a chance, that's all. This is the only word he said. You are going to US in 3 months after joining Wipro, that's it. So you need to have confidence with your team, which is very, very important. Right. Even I do not know if you deny accountability. Now, but and the வேலை பாசிட்டிவா முடிஞ்சா மட்டும் தான் என் கிரெடிட்க்கு வரும். நெகட்டிவா முடிஞ்சாலும் பாதியில தொங்கிட்டாலும் அதை கண்டுக்கவே மாட்டேன். This is a very bad leadership quality. If critics have to come to you, also critics. If critics cannot come to you, critics cannot. And please give due credits to your team members. Even if it is pure for you. There are a lot of competitors for us. Unfortunately, we are all running a rat race. I'm sorry, very strong word it is actually. We are all running a rat race for publication, patent, ranking, X, Y, Z. So many problems are there, right? We are all doing it, unfortunately. Personally, you could be a very nice human being, but when you come to office, you are part of the rat race. Right? Don't be that. At the end of the day, you have to go home happily. And can somebody define job satisfaction? What is job satisfaction? You can define. No answer is wrong, by the way. What is job satisfaction?
You must enjoy the work.
Okay.
You will be happy in the profession.
Okay, how do you measure it?
Depending upon the boss, that means how he is going to weigh the in that rubber.
Right.
You can enjoy the working.
One answer is okay. I need more answers. Okay.
Basically a feeling.
Okay, you feel it. Okay. Any other answer?
Beneficiary or customer should share some.
Perfect. The same question was asked to Steve Jobs. Can you guess what is the answer? If you are very happy to start to the office on Monday morning, you have job satisfaction. Simple. If you are very happy to start for your job on Monday morning, then you are happy. If you are having even 1% apprehension, you do not have job satisfaction. Now tell me how many of you start happily. I don't want to raise your hand, but telling you, nobody will be. 90% of us will have some apprehensions here and there. See the way Steve Jobs think. It's a very nice thinking, right? And one other thing I like about Steve Jobs is, please read those kind of books. This is a humble request to you. If you are not able to read the books, at least watch the YouTube stories about Steve Jobs kind of leaders. If you buy a table for Apple during the time of Steve Jobs, he goes and checks the table chairs and everything. While all the vice presidents, the in charges, the concerned one, does the table checkup like this, Steve Jobs puts the hand under the table. He checks if the finishing is proper. Leader has to be different. A leader cannot see the way that everybody is seeing. Steve Jobs does that. And Steve Jobs also says this. Unless you tell your customer what they know, they really do not know what they want. Andalo strong, andalo confidence. That's not overconfidence, that's the skill that he has. I was told button mobile on when he threw that, there is a meeting, I do not know how many of you follow all this. There is a meeting where Steve Jobs proposed, it's called an innovation meet. Steve Jobs proposed, we are going to manufacture phones. And that phone is having a unique feature, but there will be only one button. And everybody had a great laugh, Everybody told this is not possible. Next week, the same meeting continued. He said, we are having this. Third week, fourth week, fifth week, the team was framed. iPhone came into picture. So a leader must have vision. Vision matter confidence. Therefore, confidence Steve Jobs is a techie. This is what is happening with most of the leaders. After you become a leader, you forget that you are fundamentally an MTech and PhD and you become a management guy. Very, very unfortunate this is. 90% of the HODs, 90% of the deans, 100% of the principals, they do not have chance to ever equip themselves with latest technical upgradation, and that's the reason I came out of being a principal. 10 மாசத்துல என்னோட கோடிங் ஸ்கில்லாம் போயிடுச்சு எனக்கு. I'm a very good coder. I started losing it. பார்த்தேன், ஐயோ சாமி சரியா வரல. I'm just 38 or 37 by then. I need to run another 20 years at least. So I cannot do it. So I came out. So we lose our skills when we become leaders because we do not have time. We think, no, that's not that. It is not that we do not, it's not that we do not have time, it's that we do not want to do it because we are very comfortable in doing what we do. I became so comfortable, management ரொம்ப ஈஸியா இருந்தது எனக்கு. It is so easy for me. But அந்த பக்கம் technical skills அங்க போயிட்டே இருக்கு. So I decided technical is better for me. So when you become a leader, you need to prioritize and you need to be technically competent as well. இல்லன்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா, உங்க டீம்ல யார் என்ன சொன்னாலும் நீங்க நம்புற மாதிரி ஆயிடும். You will not be able to justify and understand if this is right or this is wrong. The leader becomes a failure if he believes everything when the team member says. He has to analyze. Analyze பண்ற skill வேணும். So upgrade. Now coming to the first point, accountability, I told you. Empowerment. The FDP is a funny term. I deliver a lot of FDPs by the way. It's a funky term. FDP ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது ஒரு 50 faculty இருப்பாங்க. Correct me if I'm wrong, all of you please. மத்தியானமா பாத்தீங்கன்னா கிளாஸ் இருக்கும்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு 25 பேர் போயிடுவாங்க. லஞ்ச் முடிச்சுட்டு ஒரு 8 பேர் மட்டும் தான் உட்காந்துருப்பாங்க. அந்த 8 பேர்ல 4 பேர் கையில மொபைல் இருக்கும். பாக்கி 4 பேர் மொபைல் ஒர்க் ஆகாதோ நம்ம தெரியல. பேட்டரி போயிருக்கும். Is this an FDP? இப்படிதான் நம்ம எம்பவர் பண்றோம். Actually, you are empowering your employees in a wrong way. Empowerment doesn't come with you being put in a hall and trained by somebody for 8 hours together killing you. ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் 8 மணி நேரம் உட்கார்றது. என்னால முடியாது. 8 மணி நேரம் பேசுறது அதோட கஷ்டம். அந்த மத்தியானம் சாப்பிட்டு உட்கார்றது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். So you have all this difficulty. Empowerment should come in action. You should give them opportunity to perform things, do things, get themselves trained, ask them to go for certification. That is what is called empowerment. Sir, practically வர முடியாது சார். பண்ணா நல்லா இருக்கும். பண்ணலன்னா இதே தான் கண்டினியூ ஆகும். ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட், ப்ராப்ளம் சால்விங் ஸ்கில்ஸ். ஒரு சின்ன பிரச்சனைனா கூட ஒரு பையன் ஏதோ ஆக்சிடென்ட் ஆகி போச்சு, ஆர் there is some mishap which has happened in the university, ஒரு ஃபயர் ஆக்சிடென்ட் or something. You should pull the best of the people to face the problem. நான் மட்டுமே பார்த்துப்பா, அது ஒரு டீம் இருக்கு, அவங்க பார்த்துப்பாங்கன்னா that is not the right way you are teaching your employees. You need to give them opportunities, ask them to come and stand by. I have faced this numerous number of times when I was in Amrita. I was given opportunity by Dr.S.Suganthi. He will call me. There is a problem, you come and sit with me. He will be the deciding authority. But I will get to know what are the things that it takes for him to decide to the solution. That's how I become a leader. என்னால் அப்படிதான் பிரின்சிபல் ஆக முடிஞ்சது, டீன் ஆக முடிஞ்சது. இப்போ ஒரு 200 பேர் இருக்காங்க. That's how I do it. It is because your boss motivates you to be part of this problem solving sessions, problem solving content, you become better. நம்மளால கத்துக்க முடியாது பை டிஃபால்ட்டா. வண்டி ஓட்டினா தானே கத்துக்க முடியும். வண்டி ஓட்டுறதுக்கு சான்ஸே கிடைக்கிறீங்கன்னா that's very difficult. Finally, team building. இந்த டீம் லஞ்ச் எல்லாம் போவீங்களா? Do you go for team lunch? Yeah. You go? Last year? Okay. Very nice. I have a very strong point here. Team lunch doesn't mean that 4 people sitting together. I'm talking about the next 4 people sitting in the parallel row. That's traditional lunch that we have. Team lunch or team outing is so very important. That's why industry spend a lot of money. நாங்களாம் பயங்கரமா ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றோம். When is it needed? One day you should forget whom you are, talk to everybody. Indian Air Force, Indian Navy and Indian Army, they have team building activity every week. அந்தந்த வீக்கோட கோவம் அந்தந்த வீக்லயே போகணுமா? This is the rule. அந்தந்த வீக்கோட கோவம் அந்தந்த வீக்லயே போகணும். இல்லைன்னா next week will be a disaster for you. You get acidity. It is not digested. So please build a team. ஒரு அந்த இன்னொரு மேஜர் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கீங்க. நம்ம ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட்ல எக்ஸ்பர்ட்டா இருந்தா அடுத்தவனை கத்துக்கவே விட மாட்டோம். Please don't do that. Grow people parallelly with you. When you build a team, tomorrow if you are in trouble, the team comes for the rescue. It is not that you are challenged, it is that you are supported. இது எல்லாமே அகாடமியால இருக்கிற ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ். Being a strong academician for 10-12 years, I'm able to justify that what I say is right. If you have different opinions, you can tell me. Who is this guy? யாராவது நம்பிருப்போமா வேர்ல்ட் கப் 3 ஐசிசி டிராஃபி அடிக்க முடியும், 5 தடவை ஐபிஎல் அடிக்க முடியும், பெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த நேஷன்ஸோட சேனா நேஷன்ஸோட போய் ஜெயிக்க முடியும் தோனிக்கு, யாராவது நம்பிருப்போமா? எப்படி ஜெயிச்சாரு? வாட் இஸ் த குவாலிட்டி? லீடர்ஷிப். அவ்வளவுதான். ஹார்ட் ஒர்க், விஷன், எம்பத்தி, ஒரு பிளேயர் சரியா விளையாடலன்னா முதல் மேட்ச்லயே காலி பண்ணி ஒழிச்சிடுற ட்ரெண்ட் எல்லாம் மாத்தி ரவீந்திர ஜடேஜாக்கு he gave room for 1 year. 1 year ரவீந்திர ஜடேஜா was groomed. எல்லா மேட்சும் ஃபெயிலியர். 4 ரன் 5 ரன் 10 ரன் ரன் அவுட் கேவலமா ஆடி பவுலிங் உரிச்சு. But he knew that he has skills. Now who is the pillar of Indian team? Ravindra Jadeja. He has created those kind of environment where people really can grow. If you have skill, you should grow. And leader should permit you to do that. Now, one match அடிக்கலாம் எனக்கு காலி பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா எனக்கு எப்படி கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் இருக்கும்? இருக்காது. Ganguly used to do that. Ganguly used to empathize the teammates and he used to give them chances. நிறைய சான்ஸ் கொடுத்து only if you are not really fit you will be out of the team. But otherwise you will get a lot of chances. So this is one of those guys and he is really smart. For all the qualities that we all know about Dhoni, all leadership qualities. Dhoni is a MBA from Stanford in my opinion. MBA from Harvard in my opinion. He is the best. 10 XLR MBA பண்ண மாதிரி அவரு. The way he is calming himself down amidst pressure. கண்ணுல தெரியவே தெரியாது அந்த கோவம். நமக்கு உடனே தெரியும். என் பொண்ணாடி உடனே கேட்பா ஏன் கோவப்படுறீங்கன்னு. லைட்டா தான் கண்ணு மாதிரி இருக்கும். மூஞ்சி லைட்டா எழுதி இருக்கும். எங்க அம்மா கேட்பாங்க ஏன் இப்படி கோவப்படுற அப்படின்னு. என் பொண்ணே கேட்கிறா 4 வயசு. அப்பா கோவமா? So we are able to literally show up our anger within seconds. அதே மாதிரி நம்ம சந்தோஷமும் தெரிஞ்சிடும். பள்ளி இது வரைக்கும் வந்துடும். He will never ever reveal that. That's the biggest of advantages a leader should have. You should not express too much of joy. You should not express too much of anger. அகோனியும் இருக்கக்கூடாது, சந்தோஷமும் இருக்கக்கூடாது. Compose. வீட்டுக்கு போய் தனியாக சிரிச்சுக்காம இருக்கும். தெரியல எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்றாங்க. It's a very very tough thing to do. Second, if you see strategic thinking. இந்த 2007 World Cup match எத்தனை பேர் பார்த்துருப்பீங்கன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. மேபி could be in the office or something like that. லாஸ்ட் ஓவர் நாங்க எல்லாம் என்ன நினைச்சிருந்தோம், ஹர்பஜன் சிங் தான் போது உரிக்க போறான்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருந்தோம். ஏன்னா மிஸ்பால் லோகஸ் டெஸ்ட்ராயிங் லெஃப்ட் ரைட் டாப் சென்டர் கண்டிப்பா ஹர்பஜன் சிங் தான் கொடுக்க போறான்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருந்தோம். ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிக்கலி he moved to ஜோயிந்த சர்மா. That was a strategic move. Nobody expected. And அதுலயுமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 2-3 பால் சரி கிடையாது. அது சீசான் கேட்ச பிடிக்காம விட்டுருந்தாங்க, சீசான் கொண்டு இருப்பானுங்க நீ. அது ஒரு விஷயம். So the point is strategically he thought of it. And even in the World Cup 2011, we were all thinking that Yuvraj will be sent ahead of Dhoni because he was very strong and he was playing so well in the season. யார் வந்தா தோனி. ஏன் முத்தையமருக்கு யுவராஜ் ஃபேஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, முடிஞ்சது. That was a strategy and it worked out. So strategic thinking should be so very nice. Kapil Dev on the other hand, 83 World Cup la Vivian Richards oda wicket, that was very strategic. The bowler was having full anger. The bowler was literally destroyed the last over. He said that he will prove himself. Strategically he believed that, and that's the confidence in strategy Kapil had, and that was a changing point. That's how we do it. You need to be strategically so very stronger that you don't miss out good things. Confidence எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். How many of you know DRS, Dhoni Review System? Yuvraj Singh's last century came with England. He scored 130 something plus. In that match, Yuvraj Singh was trying to hit the ball in the slip, and the ball did not touch the bat, and it went to the keeper. The keeper right away appealed it. It was totally like a catch. Even Yuvraj did not believe that it is not a catch. Dhoni raised hand for review even before the umpire raised hands is out. That's the confidence. அது எப்போ வரும்? ஸ்கில் இருந்தாலும் வரும். You need to know the game completely. எனக்கு அகாடமியை பத்தி ஃபுல்லா தெரியும் சார். எண்ட் டு எண்ட் எனக்கு தெரியும் சார். அப்பதான் எனக்கு இந்த ஸ்கில் தெரியும். டெக்னாலஜி எனக்கு தெரியும் சார். நான் அப்கிரேட் பண்ணிருக்கேன். அப்பதான் தெரியும். அப்பதான் இந்த ஸ்கில் வரும், கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் வரும். So the confidence is directly proportional to your skill set. If you are not having skill, you won't be confident. So please develop skill set. I have one person by name Professor C. Parameshwaran. You can Google his name. He is the founder director of Amrita's Corporate and Industry Relationship Department. Corporate and Industry Relationship ஒரு டிபார்ட்மெண்டே கிடையாது அப்போ. இவர் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டேர்மே ஆரம்பிச்சார் சிஏஆர்னு. He is 75 right now, 75, 76 right now. He was a senior scientist, topmost grade at HAL. He left it for devotion that he had with Amma, and he came and he started it. Every day morning he reads only technology page of Hindu. There will be a technology component which is talking about the new products release எல்லாமே இருக்குல்ல. அன்னைக்கு மத்தியானம் எங்ககிட்ட பேசுவாரு, இன்னைக்கு ஐபோன்ல இந்த அப்டேட் வந்திருக்கு, இன்னைக்கு புதுசா வந்து. He is 75, 76. He is always brisk and he is always confident. எப்படி இந்த கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் வருது? He knows things up to date. யார் வந்து எந்த கம்பெனிக்கார வந்து எதை பத்தி பேசினா, இன்டெல் வந்து புதுசா ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் பத்தி பேசினா, he will tell his opinions about the product because he knows what it is. So confidence. சார் எனக்கு அதுதான் டைம் இல்லை சார். Somehow we should find time. That's the point. Why And finally, effective communication. Dhoni கோபப்பட்டு பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? Body language. I'll tell you an instance. Bangladeshi bowler. He kept rubbing Rohit Sharma when he was batting. Right? I hope some of the youngsters would have at least seen it. சும்மா மேலே இடிச்சிட்டே இருந்தான், குறுக்க ரன் ஓட விடாம ட்ரபிள் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தான். Rohit Sharma went and spoke to him. He was so angry. He has shown it in his face, body language எல்லாத்தையும். ஒண்ணுமே நடக்கல. He kept doing it. And next over, when he bowled, Dhoni took a single and Dhoni wanted to bat. எதிர்த்தாப்புல வந்தான், அதே மாதிரி குறுக்க வந்தான். Dhoni has shown his shoulders. Gone. அந்த ஓவரோட வெளில போயிட்டான் bowling ball. That's how leadership should be. ஒரு தடவை சொல்லணும், ரெண்டு தடவை சொல்லணும், மூணாவது you should be even ready to attack. The communication that he chose is to go in the same mode that the idiot is doing. If a person is not understanding, you are not here to teach him the complete jnana. No, knock him down. He was knocked down. He came all the way running to hit Dhoni and stopping Dhoni from taking the run. சும்மா அது திரும்பி லைட்டா காட்டினால முடிஞ்சது. Plus he knows his body strength also. நான் இடிச்சா என்ன ஆகுதுன்னு தெரியும் அவனுக்கு. முடிஞ்சது. This is a very famous story. This has come in management lessons also. And the second point is very, very intelligent. It's very, very important. Emotional intelligence. You must have seen this a number of times with a lot of super leaders. The super leaders will emotionally be so very controlled and they won't reveal words. Unnecessary வார்த்தை கருணாநிதி. கலைஞர் கருணாநிதி is so very emotionally intelligent. எவ்வளவு கஷ்டமான சிச்சுவேஷன்ல நீங்க பேட்டி கேளுங்க, சிரிச்சிட்டே பதில் சொல்லுவார். Vajpayee is a super cool leader and a very good orator. Abdul Kalam. All these people, right, they have got special character of not showing the emotions outside, but at the same time handling the person who is questioning you also. ரொம்ப பெரிய skill அது. Decision making. This is very, very important. I already spoke about Javinder Sharma on the last over. A leader must have decision making skill. You know, you are not a leader at all. And finally, leadership by example. This is very, very important. Sir, I'm a leader, I perform on the This is what I told you sometime back. Once I become a principal or once I become a HOD, I don't get time to do things. But I expect everybody to do. நீ எஸ்சியில் போகணும், இம்பாக்ட் ஃபேக்டர் 15 போகணும், 40 போகணும், 30 போகணும்னா நீ போடு. எனக்கு டைம் இல்லை சார், அப்போ லீடராக இருக்க முடியாது. You should somehow find time. Dhoni, if he has not proven himself by hitting that 93 or odd in the World Cup final, he would not have capacity to even speak about others who did not perform. And the capacity will come only when you contribute. So being a leader, you should also be a contributor. You cannot sail on others' success. Ganguly கடைசி டைம் வீணா போனது காரணம் he did not contribute. He is always taking the ball to the first clip and he is gone. எவ்வளவு பெரிய லீடரா இருந்தாலும் that's a problem. Now what is getting contributed or what is this? Okay. I spoke about resilience some time back, and last one is very, very important. Humility. Please be humble. Please be humble, all of you. This is one thing that I have been learning from a lot of good people whom I work with. I have an opportunity to interact with a lot of very good people. I travel all over the world. நிறைய என்னுடைய behavior changes under the common the people I meet with. If I feel that my profile is 46 pages and I have got good profile and இவ்வளவு பேட்டன்ட் இருக்குன்னு நினைச்சா என்னோட சூப்பரா மேல பார்க்கும்போது அவன் இன்னும் ஹம்பிளா இருக்கும்போது I learned that I should be further more humble. டெண்டுல்கரோட நம்ம என்ன பேசிட்டோம், அப்துல் கலாமோட என்ன பேசிட்டோம், ஒன்றும் இல்லை. they are all so very humble. So be humble. நான் HOD நான் ஹம்பிளா இருக்க மாட்டேன். நான் வந்தா எல்லாரும் ஏந்து நிற்கணும். All those are crap and nonsense. If you are still doing that, it means that you are fit for 1970s HODship. Not now. I'm making it very straight point. It could be hurting, but that's the fact. So please be humble. How many more minutes we have? I need to quickly rush through. That's why. You know, we should time it. 10:15. No time. You have time? Okay.
Your coffee gets cold.
Cold coffee.
Take a break.
They are forcing me to take a break. We'll quickly talk over a period of time. அது எனக்கு இல்லையா?
இல்ல இன்னொரு
சார் ப்ளீஸ் சார் சும்மா சொன்னேன் சார். ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு ஹியூமர் ப்ளீஸ். நான் கடைசியாக எடுத்துக்கிறேன், நான் பேசணும். ஸோ பெட்டர் இல்லை இல்லை கொடுங்க, பாக்கி பேர் கொடுத்துருங்க. பாக்கி பேர் கொடுத்துருவாங்க. அவ்வளோதானா? ரைட், ஓகே. இப்போ நான் சொன்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே ஸ்போர்ட் ஓரியன்டாகவே இருந்திருக்கும், ஆர் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ஓரியன்டாகவே இருந்திருக்கும். Do you have something to connect with academia? Sir, is there anything that I can take up for academia? Commitment to education. சரி, நான் சொல்றது சமயத்துல கஷ்டமா கூட இருக்கலாம். forgive me if you feel bad about it. நான் பிடிச்சே இந்த வேலைக்கு வரல சார் நிறைய அகாடமிஷியன் சொல்றேன், நான் கேட்டிருக்கேன். என்னோட ஜூனியர்ஸ் ஆகட்டும், என்னோட சீனியர்ஸ் ஆகட்டும், வேற வழி இல்லாம அந்த சார் அப்படியே ஓடிடுச்சு. அண்ட் ஃபார் லேடிஸ் அன்பார்ச்சுனேட்லி ரைட், ஐ ஆக்சுவலி ஹேவ் அ லாட் ஆஃப் எம்பத்தி ஆன் திஸ் கேஸ். என் ஹஸ்பண்ட் இங்க வேலை செய்யறாரு, அதனால எனக்கு வேற வேலை மாற முடியல, நான் வாத்தியார் வெளியே இருந்துட்டேன், அப்படியே நான் வந்துட்டே இருக்கேன். திஸ் ஆர் மெனி லேடிஸ் சே. அண்ட் இந்த மாதிரி சிச்சுவேஷன்ல இஃப் யூ ஒர்க், யுவர் ஒர்க் வில் நாட் பி ஃபுல்ஃபில்ட். ப்ளீஸ் டு நாட் ஃபீல் தட். You have been given something for some reasons by God. Let's trust that and let's love the work. With passion, if you work, I think work will be very good for you. That's the first point. You need to be having a commitment, which is very, very important for you to go ahead with. Collaboration and teamwork is missing in academia. என்னோட 4 பேர் தாண்டி நான் லஞ்சே சாப்பிட மாட்டேன்னா அகாடமியால இருக்கும் நிறைய பேர். நீங்க யாராவது எல்லாரோடையும் போய் ஒன்னா உட்காந்து லஞ்ச் சாப்பிட்ற எல்லாம் இருக்கீங்களா? ரொம்ப ரேர். அப்படிதான் இருந்தீங்கன்னா சின்சியர்லி ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப். பட் நார்மலி வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் ஹியர் இஸ் வி ஹேவ் அ குக்கூன். நம்ம 4 பேர் மட்டும்தான். அந்த நம்ம 4 பேர் வந்து 4 பேர் சொல்ற கருத்துக்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் சாப்பிட அடிப்போம். அந்த 4 பேரை மட்டும் ப்ரொவோக் பண்ணுவோம். இட் இஸ் நாட் கரெக்ட் ஆக்சுவலி. கம் டு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. சார் ஆஸ்க் மீ வாட் இஸ் தி டிஃபரன்ஸ் பிட்வீன் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி அண்ட் அகாடமியா. திஸ் ஒன் திங் இஸ் அ மேஜர் டிஃபரன்ஸ் தேர். அங்க யாரும் யாரை பத்தி அனாவசியமா பேச மாட்டோம், பேசறதுக்கு டைம் கிடையாது. பட் ஒன் திங். செகண்ட் திங், இந்த லஞ்சில் உட்காந்து ஒரு கூட்டமா இருக்கிறது அங்கெல்லாம் நடக்காது. whenever we feel like having lunch, we go and have it. So when you build a team, the team should not talk bad about others. Backbiting பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தா the team is destroyed. So don't do that. Empowerment and mentorship. This is something that I wanted to stress here. Please call yourself a mentor rather than a teacher. I'll tell you something very interesting before I close this session. This will be certainly very interesting for you. I had a batch of students under computer science department where I was a advisor, faculty advisor. One of the most painful jobs. I don't like this job, by the way. There were 3 students, Santosh, Meenakshi Sundaram and Rakesh, 2014. These guys failed in 5 papers out of 6 papers. 6th paper avanga eludala. So, HOD called me. Lata Ma'am pair avangalukku. She is a PhD right now. She called me and she said, Shriram, they are under your mentorship. Please talk to them and mentor them. Konjam pesa avanga kitta. They failed in 5 out of 6. Already 10 arrears kitta irukku. மினிமம் வந்து 13 பேர் வச்சிருந்தான். ராகேஷ்னு ஒரு பையன், அவனுக்கு மேல முதல்ல வச்சு பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஸோ ஐ கால் தம். ஐ டு நாட் அட்வைஸ் நார்மலி, ஏன்னா ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். அது டோன்ட் லிசன் பிகாஸ் தேர் இன் சச் அ மென்டாலிட்டி. ஐ டுக் தம் டு மூவி, அயன்மேன் கூட்டு போன மூவி 2. கூட்டு போயிட்டு படத்தெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு சாப்பாடு வாங்கி கொடுத்துட்டு ஐ வாஸ் அபவுட் டு கோ. ஐ டோல்ட் தம், சி ஒழுங்கா படிச்சா டிகிரி முடியும், டிகிரி முடிஞ்சா வேலை கிடைக்கும், வேலை கிடைச்சாலும் கல்யாணம் ஆகும், இது ஒன்றும் ஆகாது. So please degree முடியுதா, which was I was just smiling and making fun of them. And I was about to drop them. அதில் சந்தோஷம் ஒரு பையன் கேட்டான் என்கிட்ட, சார் can we do what Iron Man did? இதே கொஸ்டின், can we do what Iron Man did? நான் சொன்ன, சந்தோஷ் நீ மனதளவில் ரொம்ப பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்க, because of number of arrears you have. We'll discuss this tomorrow morning. Because I took that question so non-seriously and I dropped them back at home. 3 பேர் வீட்டில் விட்டு நான் கிளம்பி வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டேன். கடைசியாக சொல்லிட்டு அந்த டே செமஸ்டர் மாதிரி செலவழிக்காதீங்க, என்னால் முடியல, ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு வந்துட்டேன். நெக்ஸ்ட் டே மார்னிங் these 3 kids came to me and they explained about what is augmented reality, what is virtual reality, what is happening in the Iron Man movie, who created the Iron Man movie visualization effects, எல்லாத்தையும் டீட்டெயில்டாக ஒரு 1 hour சொன்னாங்க. They did not sleep the last night. That was the story. Then they started telling me that, sir, India and sir, globally, augmented reality பெருசா solutions இல்லை. 2014. Can we do something there? I understood that they have a lot of interest and we started building our own virtual reality solutions first. ஏன்னா VR பண்ணாம AR மூவ் பண்ண முடியாது. First virtual piano create பண்ணோம். Then it is scan the QR code, there will be a piano virtually coming and you can play, only you will hear. அப்புறமா virtual chess build பண்ணோம். Then virtual home interior decor பண்ணோம். இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டே நிறைய பண்ணும்போது we had a lot of criticism. எங்க டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல ப்ராஜெக்ட் ரிவ்யூ நடக்கும். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் ஃபைனல் இயர் ப்ராஜெக்டா ப்ரொபோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் நாங்க. 3rd year ப்ராஜெக்ட், மினி ப்ராஜெக்டா. அதில் ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஸர் கேட்டாங்க, என்ன சும்மா பிஸ்குங்கிறீங்க, இதெல்லாம் ப்ராஜெக்டா வெளியே போய் தொடுத்து விட்டாங்க. ரைட். ஸோ தி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வென்ட் த்ரூ a lot of trauma. ஏன்னா அரியர் நம்பர் 1, நம்பர் 2 people are criticizing their innovation. But we kept working very hard for next 3 months almost. We are waiting for our time. ஏதாவது நல்ல நடக்கணும், பயங்கரமான ஹோப் எனக்கு. There came a call from USA called as Leap Accelerator. Leap Accelerator ஒரு பெரிய ஈவெண்ட் உண்டு. ஃபண்டிங் ஈவெண்ட். அந்த ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கு நாங்கள் நாமினேட் பண்ணினோம். மொத்தமா 8 டீம் குளோபலா செலக்டட். ஏசியாலேருந்து ஒரே ஒரு டீம், அது எங்க டீம். We went to San Francisco. Seed funding of $25,000 came into our account. $25,000 seed fund. அதாவது போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி அவங்க கொடுக்குற பணம். எங்க அக்கௌண்ட்ல அவ்வளவு பணத்தை நாங்க பார்த்ததே கிடையாது. 17.8 lakh rupees on that date. அப்புறமா ஹெச்ஓடி கூப்பிட்டு கேட்டாங்க, இது என்னப்பா, எப்படி ஒர்க் ஆகும், இதுதானா, இது என்ன ஃபண்டிங்ல காட்ட முடியும், உங்க தள்ள இடியா ஒன்று, இதுதான் 3 மாசமா சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. This is what is the problem. People don't realize that we are doing some innovation. And எந்த டீச்சர் போகக்கூடாதுன்னு சொன்னாங்களோ, எந்த டீச்சர் விஸ்கஸ்ன்னு சொன்னாங்களோ, she also want to congratulate us first. Thankfully, she understood the value. We went there for a period of 3 months. We were there in San Francisco. And on the product and the competition, the final aim, you should build a product and demonstrate that. And if you win it, you will get $1 lakh. $1 lakh உங்களுக்கு funding கிடைக்கும். What happened is, we built the product. We built the world's first augmented reality headset. 2014 AR VR சிரிப்பாங்க, யாருக்கும் தெரியாது. We built the world's first augmented reality headset, and this was demonstrated on the final demo day. And the judge who came there is the person who created Iron Man movie, John Underkoffler. He is the one who created the graphics and visualization stuff for Iron Man. He owns a company. He saw our demo and he said, whatever I wanted to realize, you have done that, and we were selected as the winners. $1,25,000 கிடைச்சது. And the same university, which is actually gave arrears to the students and disqualified them from writing exams, university offered a special track courses for them, and they completed degree within 4 years. And most importantly, all the 3 students are named as best outgoing students from the university, and they were awarded by Government of India by Mr. Rajnath Singh, while the product was also released by Rajnath Singh ji. And most importantly, now it is a startup where they are paying salary for 40 people. Now here, what is the crux here? Simple. You as a teacher, if you see some students really coming up with some idea which is not acceptable, do not knock them off. Spend time with them. That could change the way things work for you personally. I am very proud in saying that I am the one who created the world's first augmented reality headset with my students. Till I die, I will say this. And we visited US on full grant. There are minor profiling achievements. We did not spend even 1 rupee from our pocket. ஒரு கோடி ரூபாய் ஃபண்டிங் 2014 எவ்வளவு பெரிய பணம். ஃபண்டெல்லாம் இப்போ பெருசாலாம் நம்ம பண்ணிட்டு இல்லை அந்த டைம்ல. And that was the first hackathon that I participated. அதுக்கப்புறம் நிறைய பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணி இப்போ 63 hackathons வச்சிருக்கோம். That was the start of it. So you need a start, and it can come as well through your students. Only thing that I killed there was my ego. At times I will have ego. என்ன ஆனா சமயத்துல நமக்கு தெரியாதோ, நமக்கு புரியாமையோ, நம்மளால அக்செப்ட் பண்ண முடியாது அவங்க சொல்லும் போது my ego will pop up. But next minute I will say that they know more than you, keep it. Simple. Why should we have that ego? So being an academician, please learn this. This is one thing that I want you to definitely learn. Ethical conduct and integrity, then already நிறைய பேசிட்டேன். If you don't have ethics, you cannot expect others to have. Right? I'll have my coffee now. The coffee or tea? Something hot. Is it boring till now? Is it boring? Shall I go ahead? Right. Little bit? Faster. ஆமாம் மேம், செஷன் முடிக்கணும். 1 hour தான் டைம் கொடுத்தாங்க. அது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரிசோர்ஸ் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் லீடருக்கு ஒரு குவாலிட்டி. நான் மேனேஜிங் டைம் as a resource. Yeah. Coming to the first point, resource management is very, very crucial. If you are a HOD or if you are a dean or somebody who is allocating subjects for faculty members, right, you ensure that you keep it in rotation. ஒரே சப்ஜெக்ட் ஒரே ஆளுக்கு 10 வருஷம் எடுத்தா there is no use. That resource is spoiled already. A person should not take a subject more than 2 times. If it is happening so, that means that either you are complacent or that person is complacent. Do not let this happen, because that resource will be eroded. புதுசா கத்துக்கதான் டீச்சர் இல்லையா? So without that you cannot really grow. And I may not have time to do that. It's all again resource management. You need to have that skill. And next, conflict resolution. resilience. I already spoke about it enough.
I think that point is there.
Which one, sir?
That they do not, if a faculty do not take the subject.
Yes. 2 times maximum.
Whatever is engineering technology, each time you have to update more and more. So you get
Sir, very true, sir. I agree to your point. For the subjects which
rather than studying more variety of subjects, each subject.
Agreed. Very strongly agreed. If you take a subject on machine learning or deep learning, I will come with your point. But if you take digital electronics, நான் பிறந்ததுலேருந்து அதே தான் இருக்குதுல.
Something like basic science.
Something which is very fundamental. If a person is too strong in that, say electronics 1, electronics 2, digital electronics, or microprocessors and microcontrollers, என்ன மாறி இருக்கு எனக்கு தெரியும் ஒன்றும் பெருசா மாறல. I mean, in my opinion at least. So please keep changing. At least one subject, 2 வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை புதுசா, we can try that. And one very important point I'd like to convey here, maybe some of you may deny it as well. All of us are creating a lot of materials, correct? எல்லாரும் அவங்க வந்து சொந்த மெட்டீரியல் வச்சிருக்கோம், நோட்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம், பிபிடி வச்சிருக்கோம். Why are we not using it as a repository through Git? Or why don't we have a YouTube channel for self? இதுல எத்தனை பேருக்கு யூடியூப் சேனல் இருக்கு? ஒண்ணு அகாடமி வரலையா நீங்க? அப்போ ஃபர்கிவ் முடிஞ்சது. வெளில வந்துருங்க. See, none. You are the creator. அப்போ ஒண்ணு இதுக்கு இது இருக்குமா? 25ல 1 அது இருக்கு. See, சரி நீங்க பண்ணீங்களா? நீங்க என்ன கேட்கலாம். எஸ், ஐ டிட் இட், தட்ஸ் வை ஐ அம் டெல்லிங் யூ. நான் விளையாட்ட ஆரம்பிச்சேங்க, உண்மையா சொல்றேன். ஜஸ்ட் சாதாரண விளையாட்ட ஆரம்பிச்சேன். என்னுடைய கண்டென்ட் எல்லாம் நானா சொந்தமா கிரியேட் பண்றது. பிகாஸ் ஐ ரைட் புக்ஸ். நான் அதுல இருந்து எடுத்து பிபிடி போட்டுங்க, நான் கிளாஸ் நடத்துவேன். நான் நடத்துறது எல்லாம் என்னோட மெட்டீரியல், அவனும் காப்பிரைட் கேட்க முடியாது. விளையாட்டா யூடியூப்ல போடுவேன்னு போட்டா 2 வீடியோ மட்டும் சும்மா போட்டு வச்சு நான் மறந்துட்டேன். 17,000 views இருந்து within 2 months. Then I understood that okay, this is something that people like. நீ 1600 வீடியோ வச்சிருக்கேன். I have 42,000 plus subscribers. Most important point சொல்றேன், which you may get fascinated also. இது வரைக்கும் $6,500 சம்பாதிச்சிருக்கேன். 6,500. ஆனா சின்ன பணமா இருக்கலாம். 6,500 is not a huge money if you calculate. 6,45 ரூபா. But think about that as an additional income that comes for your effort that you have put in for some other thing. And every day morning, yeah, that's me. You can subscribe. Thank you. Every day morning I will get up and see எவ்வளவு வியூ இந்த மாசம் வந்திருக்கு. 84,000 வியூ. 84,000 பேருக்கு எனக்கு தெரியுது. எவ்வளவு மணி நேரம் என் சேனல் பார்த்திருக்காங்க? கிட்டத்தட்ட 3,300 மணி நேரம் என் சேனல்ல வாட்ச் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? அந்த அளவுக்கு நம்ம கண்டென்ட் கொடுக்குறோம்னு அர்த்தம். Every week I post at least 1 video or 2 videos minimum. அந்த வீடியோ புதுசான கான்செப்டா இருக்கும். நான் உட்காந்து படிப்பேன். 1 மணி நேரம் படிப்பேன் ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் வீடியோக்கு. அப்போ வாட் ஐ டூ, ஐ லேர்ன். அப்படி கத்துக்கிறதா பிபிடி. அப்படி ஈவன் பிபிடி யூ கேன் see the difference. The quality of the PPT started improving. நான் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ற கண்டென்ட் எனக்கே பிடிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சது நிறைய. At times you will prepare it with a lot of compromise. முடிச்சு தொலைச்சா போகணும்னு பண்ணுவோம். இப்போ அதெல்லாம் இன்னும் பண்ண முடியல. So please have your own YouTube channel. Sir, இது எவ்வளோ சார் பணம் கிடைக்கும் தெரியாது. It is your identity. Now people know me as Shriram K Vasudevan, who has got a YouTube channel. It is having about 43,000 subscribers. அவ்வளவுதான். So please do that. That will help you in the long run. Particularly if your subjects are complex like circuit theory or something, if you are teaching, right? Channel கிடையாது circuit theory னா ஒழுங்கா சொல்லி தரதுக்கு. Please do that. It will be really very nice for you if you do that. And finally, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம கிட்ட இல்லைன்னு நான் சம்மரைஸ் பண்ணிருக்கேன். I mean just for academia purpose. First thing, adaptability to change. நான் கிட்ட முன்னாடி சொல்லிட்டேன். We need to learn new tools, we need to learn new techniques. There is no option, particularly for the leader, spend time on getting this done. If you are not having time to get yourself updated, you will be in trouble. Communication gaps. நிறைய லீடர்ஸோட குவாலிட்டி எப்படி தெரியுமா இருக்கும்? பிரச்சனை வந்தால் அந்த பிரச்சனையை அப்படியே விடுங்க. 3 நாள்ல அதுவா சரியாயிடும், 5 நாள்ல அதுவா சரியாயிடும். அது பிரச்சனை சரியாகாது. It will be behind your back and it will hurt you sometime later. So communication gaps and postponing problems is not a good idea. You should solve the problem. Overemphasis on research. You பண்ணவே பண்ணாதீங்க leaders, please. If you are any HODs or for people above here, ஒருத்தருக்கு ரிசர்ச் பண்ண முடியலன்னா, if he is a good teacher, let him be a good teacher. எல்லாரும் இந்த நாட்டில் PhD இருந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? Honestly, a right question, right? எல்லாரும் PhD வேணுமா? அப்படி நம்ம பண்ண எல்லா பிஹெச்டியும் ஏதாவது ஒரு பெரிய ப்ராடக்டாவோ இல்ல கண்ட்ரிக்கு ஏதாவது பெருசா ஒரு பெரிய வியாதியோ கியூர் பண்ணியிருக்கா? நம்ம பப்ளிஷ் பண்ண ரிசர்ச்சை 10 வருஷம் கழிச்சு நம்ம எடுத்து பார்த்தா நமக்கே பிடிக்காது. ஹானஸ்ட்லி நீங்க எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த ரிசர்ச் அவுடேட் ஆயிருக்கும். So if somebody is not interested in research, who is actually a good teacher, who is actually a good product engineer, let him be that. பண்ணட்டுமே. நல்ல இன்ஜினியரிங் தெரியும், ரிசர்ச் பண்ணுங்கிற அவசியம் இல்லையே. An engineer will not be a researcher, right? And இது வந்து ஓவர் எம்பசிஸ் ஆன் ரிசர்ச் இஸ் a major problem that is cited. அடுத்தது ப்ரொஃபஷனல் டெவலப்மெண்ட். இது நிறைய இடத்துல நடக்கிறதே இல்லை. நான் 2 சப்ஜெக்ட் தெரியும், அந்த 2 சப்ஜெக்ட் வச்சு அடுத்த 2 வருஷம் ஓட்டலாம், 3 வருஷம் ஓட்டலாம் பண்ணாதீங்க. Somehow you should improve. This is for your own growth and not for anybody else. Even if you are not given a new subject, in my opinion, you should start learning. Next, failure to balance between the administrative and academic load. இது நிறைய லீடர்ஸ் சொல்லி நான் கேட்டிருக்கேன். சார் அதுலேயே டைம் போயிடுது சார், பண்ண முடியல சார். இட் இஸ் அப் டு யூ. யூ வில் ஹேவ் டு டிசைட். இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் வர மாதிரி வரும். ஃபேமிலி வர்சஸ் ஒர்க் லோட் ப்ரெஷர். ஃபேமிலி டைமே கிடைக்கிறது இல்லை. திஸ் இஸ் த காமன் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் தட் யூ ஆல் மேக். மேபி யூ வில் அக்ரி டு இட். ஹோம் மினிஸ்டர் சப்போர்ட்டாங்கிறது தெரியல, பட் திஸ் இஸ் த காமன் பாயிண்ட் தட் வி ஆல் ஹேவ். வி டு நாட் ஹேவ் டைம். நிறைய டைம்ல எனக்குலாம் வந்து ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் அப்படியே பயங்கரமா பைண்ட் ஆகும், வீட்டுக்கு டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. பட் ஐ வில் டு டேக் அ கால். இன்னைக்கு நான் எதான் பண்ணியானோ அதான் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும், வேற வழி இல்லை. ஸோ யூ ஆல்சோ ஹேவ் டு டேக் த கால். அண்ட் ஃபைனலி, ப்ளீஸ் ஹேவ் எம்பத்தி. திஸ் இஸ் சம்திங் தட் இஸ் மிஸ்ஸிங் எவ்ரிவேர். An academic leader is not a Hitler. He is a human, or she is a human. And please do not have non-empathetic approach towards anybody. Be it a super performer, be it a performer which is below par, அதெல்லாம் தேவையில்லை. Have empathy. That's very, very important. This is a very important point. Read this through. We don't need a title to lead. We just need to care. People would rather follow a leader with a heart than a leader with a title. ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட், எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட். நான் ஹெச்ஓடி, நான் வாட், நான் டீன், நான் பிரின்சிபல். Go to hell will be my answer. If you are not a person with heart, everything else is spoiled. So please have this in your mind when you are trying to become leader. This is for everybody. And on the other side, while I am saying that you must have empathy, you need not be so easy to everybody. Steve Jobs says that my job is not to be easy on people, my job is to make them better. Steve Jobs வந்து கொஞ்சம் கேவலமா சொல்லியிருந்தாரு, அதை திட்டினாரு. If I have to be very easy and if I have to please everybody, I should sell ice cream, not apples அப்படின்ட்டு இருந்தாரு. Right? So you cannot be so pleasing to everybody also. அது நம்ம வேலை இல்லை. You have to be honest to your position. Most importantly, empathy is different from pleasing everybody. You will not please. So there is a mild line of difference that you need to understand. That's a very important point this guy has highlighted. And leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. நான் 3 வருஷம் ஹெச்ஓடியா இருந்தேன். நான் வரும்போது இப்படி இருந்தது, நான் போகும்போது இப்படி இருக்கு, அடுத்த 3 வருஷத்துல இது இப்படி இருந்தா பெட்டரா இருக்கும்னு கொடுக்கறவன் தான் லீடர். நான் வரும்போது இப்படி இருந்தது, போகும்போது அடுத்து வரவங்க நான் இன்னும் கஷ்டமா வச்சுட்டு போயிடுவேன்னு சொல்றது லீடர் கிடையாது. திஸ் ஆர் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த கவர்மெண்ட்ஸ் டூ. போன கவர்மெண்ட் இருந்தா இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் கஜானால ஒண்ணு இருக்காது, அடுத்த கவர்மெண்ட் நெகட்டிவ்ல இருக்கும், அதுக்கு அடுத்த கவர்மெண்ட் இன்னும் மோசமா இருக்கும். ஏன்னா பொலிட்டிக்கல் இயர். We have to be really having common sense and we should push things for academia in a better way. இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் from Dhoni. And with this quote I will finish up this session. See, Abdul Kalam worked with Professor Satish Dhawan, who was heading the ISRO then, and they were launching something during his time. It's a very famous story Kalam sir used to quote everywhere. Actually, Kalam was the boss, or the mission director for that particular event. It failed. It terribly failed. So this journalists were waiting outside to criticize, and Satish Dhawan sir said that no, you should not go. I will take up the questions. He went and he represented, saying that I failed. The mission I drove from ISRO failed. Actually, it is not his mission. He was just a boss. It was a mission by Dr. Abdul Kalam. And within 1 year, they succeeded that mission. And this man sent Abdul Kalam to face the journalist. And here Abdul Kalam said, we have won. That's leadership, right? Earlier he took the blame for him, and this guy is sharing the credit with everybody. That's how a leader has to be. இதுக்கு மேல எதுவுமே தேவையில்லை. And this is the best example that can teach all of us how the leadership should be. And he has quoted it a number of times. Almost in every meeting, wherever he is asked about his leadership qualities, he will highlight it. Finally, the last. I am the leader. நான் தான் அப்ரைசலே போடுவேன், நான் எதுக்கு ஃபீட்பேக் கேட்கணும்? தப்பு. Please have a feedback form. You can know about yourself from your employees better than you knowing about yourself by yourself. please do this. You should in fact ask for anonymous feedback. So don't do that. Ask for anonymous feedback, collect it. This is a very important thing, don't miss it. Ask for feedback. Second, self-reflection. But still we proceed with the wave. In that case, please don't proceed with that. Continuous learning, I spoke about it enough. Please upgrade yourself. Mentoring, develop management skills. Sir, one very important point I would like to highlight here before I close it. All of us are engineers or maybe academicians with different lines. We did not learn how to lead. We are not taught with the course how to lead. So if you feel that you need a course which can mentor you towards understanding leadership skills, nothing wrong. Go do a course. Leadership is a quality that should come through a lot of mentoring and training. Leadership is not easy. So please upgrade yourself, even if needed, go for a course. That's very important. And appreciate team members, don't be biased, that's very, very important. And finally, I did not talk about success. If there is a success in the team, celebrate it. யாராவது ஒருத்தருக்கு நல்லது நடந்தா டீம்ல செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணுங்க. யாரோ ஒருத்தர் SEO-ல 10 impact factor பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணா call them, celebrate. Enjoy. If your team grows, you grow. If you grow, the organization grows. That's how it is, right? And with this, I complete my first session. You read it yourself because my throat is bad right now. Thank you. Any questions? We can have a couple of questions.
You have your own goal and the institution and industry of this goal. So you want to work towards whatever the views, the vision, whatever you have. You have to align your goal with the management. How do you see the difference?
It's a very important point. See, I am working with the company. My goal is to get a promotion, get recognized, increase my salary, learn new things. If I do all these things without any fail, my organization's goal is already reached. So your goal definitely cannot be different from the place which you are working in. If it is different, you are in a wrong fitted place. This is my humble opinion. எனக்கு நான் என்ன பண்றனோ அது ஆர்கனைசேஷன் கோலுக்கு எகெயின்ஸ்டாவோ டிஃபரெண்டாவோ இருந்ததுன்னா யூ ஆர் இன் a wrong organization. You cannot grow there. You will not be even noticed. நீங்க கார்பென்ட்ரி பண்ற இடத்துல நான் பெயிண்டிங் பண்ணி காட்டுறேன்னு சொன்னா அது வேஸ்ட். You are expected to do carpentry work. To grow there. If you are only having painting skills, go to a different company. You cannot have different skills for different companies and then kind of messy items. That's what I will say, in my opinion. Yeah. Any other questions?
How to motivate students who just want to do the project for marks sake? They don't have any creativity.
Marks sake. They are dangerous. They are really dangerous. They are going to be assets for you permanently. I'll tell you what. This success story, whatever I conveyed you, right, sometime back going to San Francisco, this has created a lot of change in Amrita. Amrita is solely a place where it is traditionally academic. பயங்கரமா படிப்பாங்க பசங்க. பேய் மாதிரி படிப்பாங்க. படிப்பு தான் தெரியும். ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் உள்ள கிடையாது. அமிர்தா டீம் ஏதாவது ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஜெயிச்சு பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ஏதாவது ரேர் இது. 10 வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை ஏதாவது நடக்கும். ஏன்னா அப்ப தெரியாம அட்மிட் ஆயிருப்பான். This changed them. The people who really did not want to even go out, they started trying. கிட்டத்தட்ட 63 டீம்ஸ் நான் ஜெயிக்க வச்சிருக்கேன். பட் இட் டேக்ஸ் a lot of effort from the mentor. நான் நிறைய டிராவல் பண்ணேன், நிறைய பர்சனலா கத்துனேன். It went as I had to take a lot of toll on my own body. எனக்கே நிறைய கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. If you have a team which is working with you, for example, mentoring team ஒரு 4-5 faculty உங்களுக்கு சப்போர்ட்டிவா இருந்தாங்கன்னா, one success story can change the class. ஒரே ஒரு success story தான் வேணும். That can change. 1983 was record for India to follow cricket. அவ்வளவுதான். அது வரைக்கும் cricket was a dead game in India. I hope I answered your question. Yeah. Any questions?
When we have NBA NASSCOM measure our people, is there any tool to measure your corporate level presence?
Sure. There are so many.
And then, okay, very good. Why you people are not afraid about that? Because we are all afraid about the national NBA.
Very nice question. Our growth and everything is determined, so correct me if I'm wrong, is determined on the revenue. I have a team, the team is working towards a particular revenue. Every week we track revenue, every month we track it. End of third month we have appraisal. If there is a derailment, For the year 2024, January 1st, I know what I have to do. So I know my plan very well by January 1st. Jan 31st, I will have a review. Feb 28th, I will have a review. மாசம் review பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கும்போது எனக்கு பயமே இருக்காது. If I have a trouble, if I face my manager will tell me right in the mid of year. Please ever perform on the company, you have to go. It's a problem. Every 3 months you have appraisal. It is called as insights discussion. Discuss பண்ணிட்டு அடுத்த 3 மாசத்துக்கு என்ன பண்ணுங்கிறது சொல்லுவாங்க. இதெல்லாம் என்னுடைய பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட், இதெல்லாம் நீ பாயிண்ட் டீடைல் இருக்கு, இதெல்லாம் நீ சூப்பரா பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ற. அப்போ நேச்சுரலி யூ நாட் கிளியர் இன்ஸ்டெட் யூ லவ் விஷன். எனக்கு கிளியரா தெரியும், நான் அப்படிதான் ஒர்க் பண்ணுவேன். இப்போ வந்து நான் லாஸ்ட் 3 மந்த்ஸ்க்கு எனக்கு ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் பாயிண்ட் நான் மிஸ் ஆயிருந்தது, அதை மட்டுமே ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி அதுலேயே A+ வாங்கியாச்சு, முடிஞ்சது. அதாவது 5 goals, I will reach that. I will plan for the entire year properly. அந்த பிளானிங் அகாடமியால கிடையவே கிடையாது. That is where we fail. இங்க நமக்கு வருஷத்துக்கே அப்ரைசல் நடக்கிறது இல்ல. Once in 3 months if you ask for appraisal, that will not happen here. அது நடந்தா whatever question you ask will be completely ruled out. பயமே இருக்காது. ஏன்னா எதுல வீக்குன்னு கையில எழுதியை கொடுத்தோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, இந்த அப்ரைசல் ஃபார்ம் வச்சுக்கோன்னு கொடுத்தா கேட்கறான்னு கேட்க மாட்டான், நமக்கும் ட்ராக் பண்றது ஈஸியா இருக்கும். No politics at all. There is where it has to go. Eventually it has to go there. Yeah, sir.
So this method also came in waterfall method, means traditional method, which we are following from the ancestors 20 years back. We are agile methodology. He said every 3 months, not a week on week, we are getting a weekly status report from everyone and then collecting an average report. So it's helpful for it. So agile always doing, everywhere is following. In the management and the government sectors also they are following. So we are adapting. So industry changing, evolving.
Sir, also there is something called a Scrum. Scrum is a method, agile methodology. Daily காலம்பரை எங்களுக்கு என்ன நடக்கும்னா 9:30 to 10 ஸ்டாண்டப் மீட்டிங் நடக்கும். 5 நிமிஷம் 10 நிமிஷம் தான் நடக்கும். ஷெட்யூல் 10 வரைக்கும் போட்டு வச்சிருப்போம். ஏன்னா அகாடமியோட மீட்டிங்னாலே பயமா இருக்கும். 2 மணி நேரத்தை உள்ள வச்சு ஆணி வச்சு 10 நிமிஷம் பிரயோஜனம் இல்லாமல் போயிடும். But this meeting is for 5 minutes to 10 minutes where you have to say what you did yesterday, what you have to do today, what is that went wrong yesterday and what help you need. அவ்வளவுதான் முடிஞ்சது. This is called agile methodology. நான் என்ன பண்றேன், என்ன பண்ணினேன், எங்க லேக் ஆச்சு, எப்படி இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், யாரோட ஹெல்ப் வேணும், அவ்வளவுதானே. வெரி சென்சிபிள், ரைட்? எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. எல்லாமே அதிலே தெரிஞ்சிடும். ஸ்க்ரம் மீட்டிங் முடியும் போதே இன்னைக்கு போயிருக்கு அவன் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிருக்கான், அவ்வளவுதான். கன்சல்டேட் போயிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. That's how we work. Yeah. Any other questions, professors? No more questions? Right? Break.
Break for you.
No, come on.
Feedback has been posted in the group. We request first session feedback has been posted in the group. So let sir take 5 minutes break. You can please fill up your feedback for session 1. So it was a marvelous session. Really, once again we can give a very big clap.